Hey guys, SeanB. Today I want to talk about one of the best 4-star unit in the game, Gemini. In fact, it is so good that I built two, and I haven't touched the one that I farmed from the whole hero just yet, and I want to build two more potentially. Even though both of them have max skill, you don't need max skill to use Gemini to its full potential. So why is Gemini so special? Gemini is one of the only unit in the game that has AoE strip into defense break. And the best part, Gemini also come with a speed lead that is universal, so you can use Gemini in arena or guild content or RTA. At the moment, this is my most common setup for my Gemini team. So I have an attack bar booster that has high base speed. I go in, I strip, defense break, maybe despair stun them, use a unit that provide its own attack buff, and one-shot the enemy unit. And this is one of my highest win rate team in guild content. It is extremely good and I love using it. As you might have noticed, there are so many speed lead and werewolf defense in the game right now. If you have the same level of swift rune as the enemy, your Kabila should always outspeed the enemy very easily. And with this unit who will provide her own attack and crit rate buff, and she also awakened into crit rate, building her to have 70% crit rate is really easy. With this, you have max crit rate and you can do insane damage on the enemy. So I use this team almost every single time back when it was Miyang Shiklet meta. Now I don't use it much more often because they are putting in Dark Siri and Escher in G3 guild, but I believe in lower rank you can still use this team very often because outspeeding a Shiklet with a Kabila is not that difficult if you have the same swift build. Or if they are running Vial, you can outspeed them very easily and go in and snipe them one by one. A premium version of the Isabel comp would be this comp right here with the Light Striker. Dude, Light Striker is one of my most wanted unit in Summoner as well because he is so cool. He buffs his own attack and crit rate and he gain extra turn to do even more AoE damage. He's like the perfect cleave unit in this game and I want him so much. But that doesn't mean that is the only way to play with Gemini. If you don't have good despair rune but you have some swift set, you can try putting it on Gemini as well. Same build and you can go with speed, attack, and accuracy. And after you strip and defense break, you need some damage dealer. For example, you got your Changpeng from the Transcendent Scroll or the event, your most wanted unit, you can use it with Gemini to provide the pushback. And then you can have another damage dealer to provide more pushback and control on the enemy, like Poseidon. This team will work really well against team that doesn't have speed leader. So you can have your speed leader, and if you miss your strip with Gemini, which will happen from time to time, your Changpeng can provide extra layer of strip that can also miss from time to time. And you do the pushback thingy. But unfortunately, because we missed the Tianlang, I think we might have some problem. Okay, not a whole lot. And then Changpeng will provide the after pushback. And we should have this one in the wallet. Easily done. The more damage you have on your Changpeng Poseidon, the safer the team will be because the faster you kill them, the higher win rate you have with your offense. And even though this Tianlang is going absolutely crazy, sometimes it do be like that. But it's okay as long as you control the other two units and kill them as quickly as you can, then you shouldn't have a lot of problem with the Tianlang alone. Even though there are not many non-speed lead defense anymore in G3, I believe whatever your rank are, you're watching this video, you should have some non-speed lead defense that you can use Gemini Cleave against, and it is a very fun way to play your guild offense. Not slow, boring team, but fun, exciting, defense break, big damage team. Is this the safest option to do your guild offense? Obviously not, okay? If you want to win all the time, you don't use Gemini. But you want to win and have fun, definitely going to add Gemini to your roster for offense. And Gemini enables so many different team and cleave. It is so much fun to play with. There's also another version where you have Gemini and then you have an attack and speed buffer. Usually it's gonna be Kali or the Wind Barbaric King, and you have your Light Chun-Li as a damage dealer. But I don't have Light Chun-Li, so imagine this is Light Chun-Li or the Light Blade Dancer. And if you set up correctly, you're gonna go in, strip defense break them, buff your attack and speed power, and cleave the entire enemy team in one single turn. But that didn't happen and we're gonna lose. So this is the reality check for Gemini offense. If you miss your defense break, then the run will be very shaky. It so happened that my guilty are using another reality check for, you know what? This unit is so busted that you don't even need defense back to do insane damage. Look at that. If you land defense back with Gemini, then this unit will just send everybody home instantly because it is that strong. Look at that. Okay, is it losing? Nah. Wait. No way, dude. No way, dude. Eh? Eh? And you know what's funny? My man has another set of the exact same team and is going in again. He refused to lose to RNG. Resisted once again, but now he landed a defense break and... Okay, this one should be a win. But he refused to lose to the stupid RNG of Summoners War. You can also try using Gemini in arena offense, but with the Camilla Byung-Chul meta, I don't think the offense will carry you very far because you can kill the other unit beside Byung and Camilla, but then when it comes down to killing these two units, I'm not sure if there's a very good way of really taking them down quickly with, let's say, an Isabel. They're very tanky, and the usual way to kill them is going to be dot damage or super crazy ignore defense or potentially a combination of both. And with them sitting right there and your main damage rely on defense break, it is extremely difficult to kill these two units with any sort of Gemini team. Unless you are running a light Chun-Li or light Blade Dancer, then maybe, just maybe, you can clear them fast enough, potentially. But I'm not too sure because I don't have the luxury of the light Blade Dancer, so I don't know what it's like to cleave these things very fast. Other than that, I think Gemini can be a good, okay option for lower arena rush. Maybe a team like this will work, but it requires me to land a defense break on the Abelio, and that is a very risky move because the chance of landing defense break on Abelio with a Will Rune, I think is anywhere below 80%. So here we go. We might do enough damage. We did enough damage, but usually they will have double fire Byung and Camilla, so you can't really punk back anyone and receive, achieve the biggest damage output possible. Maybe if I speed tune Gemini and Changpeng to be above 200 speed, together with a speed buff from the Adriana, we can actually do something about this because I do need the attack buff for the damage of the punk back. So we're gonna go in. If we have attack buff, it is way easier. So this can be some sort of a very cool arena rush team as well with the Gemini and punk back working together. And you definitely need some sort of cooldown reset. Maybe Zyros or Changpeng. Changpeng is definitely amazing for the pushback and the cooldown reset at the same time. I wonder if we can defense break the Tianlang this time because there's shield set over there. That's why you need as much damage on your Gemini as possible, because if you do enough damage to break the shield, then your strip will be more consistent as well. We get the defense break on the Tianlang. That is very important. Now we're going to try to get the attack bar down and do some fluff damage on the enemy team and some more fluff damage as well. And here we go. Very good damage, but still nowhere near enough to kill Byung and Camilla. That is such a problem. Cleaving these units are just very risky in my opinion because they are just way too goddamn tanky. The moment you have to take more turn doing this, you have already lost the attack because enemies are attacking your defense at this moment, and if you can't finish this thing fast, then the attack was already lost. You won 1 but you lost 5 in the defense department. That doesn't mean anything anymore. So this is definitely not going to be a good offense for people who want to rush arena because the Byung and Camilla meta is very hard to try to cleave them like this, unfortunately. Even if you get the perfect setup, right? It doesn't mean anything to these two units. They're way too freaking tanky. We won, but at what cost?